the common names like John, Kenny, Frank, Bob, Joe. We call them honorable names, but historically these are names that were actually given to us by the slave master. Like his name was John Hawkins. Um, Actually, he was a slave trader, right? But you have slave owners. Like I'm owning these slaves, and our names was taken, and we were given the names of the slave masters. You know what I mean? Like cause you like property. You know, we was for like I mean, some of us there was very few that were able to retain some of the culture and religion, because you had Muslims and all kinds of people that came over here also on these ships, right? Because again, our homeland was the stronghold for Islam. You know what I mean? So what happens is, come on, a little closer. No, that's right. So what happens is, so we're here. Knowledge is taken from us. We are involuntarily, of course, raped, beaten, forced to work. But we came up out of that. Still with his name. Having to find our own way. And at one point, there was a connective, even Bengali. You know what I mean? Because everybody who's black, brown, and yellow, there's a cultural connection. You know what I mean? Of course, your culture and dynamic is different because I'm not in America. That didn't happen to my people. So there are things that happen, but not that. Right? But there was a separation, a disconnect. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know you were out talking break, but it's interesting because it's knowledge. You want to give the man his history. So you had a lot of men and women. You'll read. Hopefully you will, and I encourage you. So you understand the cultural dynamic of our people, right? So like you walking around, people call themselves they're black people, but you want to call themselves African American. Okay. I know why. They are. It's not a point of acceptance. It's a point of understanding. Like you see, okay, bet. Well, I know why they call themselves 5%. Or I know why they call themselves more. Or they call themselves this. Or this is the Nation of Islam, which is I'm about to get to you now. So, so the knowledge of us being taken, and the knowledge was being taken, and the knowledge of us being over here was recognized by those in the East. According to our story, and when I say that, I don't mean that I'm just fictionalizing information. It's actually what occurred. You know what I mean? So it was a light-skinned gentleman, about maybe several shades much lighter than you, named Fard. Right? We call him Master Fard Muhammad, who started the Nation of Islam along with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Right? Now that you may have heard a little bit about. So they start the Nation of Islam. But when they start the Nation of Islam also, it's very important to understand this happens during 1930, right? This happens during 1930. And excellent quotation too. Well, you like, right, yeah, but that's good, yeah, good. Whoever comes in, we just have to accommodate them because your reporting is very, is important. The comments in your reports are as well. But yeah, so we so now that the Master Fard Muhammad teaches the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Islam now is not given from a traditional standpoint. It's given to culturally accommodate the people and to wake them up. Like look, like have your own, do for yourself. You know what I mean? As Muslims though, I had to give them and still give them they're like the flagship example. If you're going to be a Muslim, how to be a Muslim. I'm not, but and nor are we. But those are my brothers. I'm getting their props. I don't. We're not here to cause any further separation. They don't smoke. They don't drink. Highly clean. Don't eat no pork or its byproducts. Yeah. I mean, and especially when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was around, he made sure that transformed their lives from very dark places in their life to put them on the. Okay. Yeah. So we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. So today, but thank you again. I'm not finished, but I have to thank you. So it grew. It started in Detroit. They were called temples, and then they grew stores, businesses, restaurants. It just grew, right? So Allah, who was born February 22nd, 1928 in Virginia, Danville, Virginia. Fast forward, he goes to the Korean War in the 50s, and then he leaves there, marries Dora, right? While there, she goes in the mosque. He goes in later on, right? And he's in there. Now, there meaning the Nation of Islam. Okay, yeah. Let me be more specific, right? So he goes in. Him and his woman was Muslim at one point. He rose, but one of the interesting dynamics to how this nation starts is he reads. See, a 5%. Our soul dynamic is to retain our information, eternalize it. All that's encompassed in the reading, and then of course we got to live it out. And that's what he did. One of our degrees reads, "Who is the original man?" Right? It says the original man is the Asiatic black man. He's the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization, the god of the universe. So this degree speaks individually and collectively. Individually and collectively. So as he grows, for lack of a better term, he grows out of just the common, because in the name of Allah, Master Father Muhammad and everything, he's like, okay, man, peace to Ephraim, peace to Allah Infinite, peace to Prince, peace to me. You know what I mean? Because it says who is the original man. Who was the question that asked you to be descriptive of a person. So he independently comes into realization of who he is. Also, I need to tell you this too. We're not a schism. A schism is something that's an offshoot of something, right? Like you got the Nation of Islam. He left and starts the 5%. So people, and quite naturally, I understand where they're going. Oh, well, you was there. Plus, you have their elections. We call them 120 degrees, but they were called lost and found, and they are called like lost and found Muslim lessons.
Also known as supreme wisdom.
Yes, but they got that, we didn't. The Allah didn't give us that. So that was good. Supreme was nice. That was from Elijah Muhammad. There were some things he said in that. We didn't need the problem book because you got the answer. Ain't no problem. You got. But anyway, that's. Yes, but correct, God, correct. So, what was my point? Lost and found Muslim lessons. We had 120. We're not schism. So, people would ask. In fact, they asked him when he started. He left. There's nothing wrong with the name Malik or Jabbar or none of the names. See, people misconstrue the story. But our first university, our first school was the street. Because he came there. He came with the youth, spoke to the youth and the people at large. There was no law school. There was none of this. And we're talking 1964. He stayed around with us from 1964 to June 13th, 1969. They assassinated him going to his building in Foster Projects downtown. So he's teaching the black man is God unequivocally, you know, and I know that is like, then that was like mind blowing and boggling. What? Wait, I'm sorry. God what? You mean like him? Yeah, wow, come on, man. Yeah, that's what people were saying, Prince, yeah, right? Because for centuries, even before slavery, this is what was introduced to us. But prior to that, here's my point, Ephraim, that when you read, this was fundamental, right? You'll find that, oh wait, but they were talking about the knowing of self eons ago. Yeah, they were talking about the knowing of self. You know, and you're going to find that a lot of, from Islam, Christianity, and a lot of other religions, they borrowed. They come to borrow. Now again, we're not here to slight or disparage other people. Man, welcome, man. You know what I mean? You know, and knowledge spreads. Islam, I know in Bengali, might have been introduced differently. I really don't know. Interesting, and that's my homework. I will look that up. You know, a lot of times though, religion is introduced very violently to people. It's not always, and then afterwards, when I give it to the people of Bengali or the people of different places, they take it because I'm not like my conqueror. You know, it wasn't my intentions to conquer him, so I take it and I run with it. That's what makes it spread. You know what I mean? But the knowing of self, that was taught against. Even Jesus killed him. Famous story. You know, this was a man who walked the earth. Simple. You know, I walked the earth, traveled, but my truth and what I was teaching multiplied. And then they kill him, according to their story. Even how they kill him was taken out of content. You know what I mean? You know, because actually he was stabbed. You know what I mean? But all right. Then they later said, the very same person whom I despise, I'm going to create a central theme around. And his identity, you know, I'm going to change, like most of them, Buddha, all of them. Those are our brothers. But when they leave, just like Jesus and them, they took their teachings and then they changed them, which changes the dynamic of what they taught, which is another form of how religion was introduced also.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.